Look at those tiny paws. See how they're shaking? This kitten has been trying to tell someone something for hours, and nobody's listening. He's frantic, meowing nonstop, scratching at a firefighter's boots, running in circles, coming back, trying again. Something terrible is happening, and he knows it. But humans don't speak his language, and time is running out. There's something in his eyes, something that goes beyond fear. It's pure panic. It's urgency. It's a silent scream that says, "Please follow me. Please understand. Please," before it's too late. The firefighter stops, looks down. The kitten looks up. And in that split second, something shifts, because sometimes, just sometimes, humans manage to hear what isn't being said in words. And what this little one is saying is, someone is dying and you're the only one who can help. We're on the side of a busy highway. The sun is brutal. Asphalt is burning. Cars was passed at deadly speeds. And in the middle of all that chaos, an orange kitten no bigger than your hand is trying to save a life. The most important life he knows. His mother's. But we don't know that yet. We still don't understand what's happening. We just see a desperate kitten in front of a confused firefighter. And the question hanging in the air is, why isn't this little guy running away? Why isn't he looking for shelter? Why is he risking everything by exposing himself like this? The firefighter kneels down, extends his hand. The kitten doesn't come closer for pets, doesn't want food, doesn't want to be rescued himself. He does something completely different, something that makes the firefighter's heart skip a beat. The kitten grabs his finger with both front paws, digs his tiny claws in gently as if to say, "You're coming with me now," and starts pulling, tugging, guiding. And then the firefighter gets it. This isn't a lost kitten. He's a messenger. He's asking for help for someone else. And when an animal does that, when it overcomes its own fear to save another, you know the situation is critical. The kitten releases a finger and runs. 15 feet ahead. Stops. Looks back. Meows. Waits. It's a universal signal. Follow me. The firefighter hesitates. He's got protocol to follow. Pending calls. Responsibilities. But something in those golden eyes tells him this can't wait. That if he walks away now, he'll never forgive himself for what he could have prevented. So he walks, follows the kitten. And with every step, the sense of urgency grows. Because the little one isn't walking. He's running. Stumbling over his own paws in his hurry. Getting up, continuing. Looking back every 3 seconds to make sure the human is still following. And there's something in his tiny face that breaks your soul. Hope mixed with terror. Hope that someone finally heard him. Terror that they'll arrive too late. The firefighter has seen a lot in his 15 years on the job. Fires that consumed entire buildings. Accidents that haunt him in his sleep. People trapped in situations they never should have been in. But this? A kitten leading him somewhere with such desperate determination? This is new. This is different. And his gut tells him it's going to be bad. 150 feet. The kitten turns into an empty lot. There's trash everywhere. Debris. Broken bottles. Rusted metal. That smell of abandonment that tells you nobody comes here. That nobody cares what happens in this place. It's the kind of spot where bad things happen in silence. Where stories end without witnesses. Where people dump what they don't want anymore, whether it's furniture, garbage, or living creatures. The firefighter picks up his pace. Something inside him screams a hurry. To run. The kitten disappears behind some dried bushes. And then he hears it. A sound that freezes his blood. A meow. But it's not the kitten's. It's deeper. More desperate. More agonized. It's the sound of someone suffering. Someone at the edge. Someone who's been fighting for too long and is starting to lose. The firefighter pushes the branches aside, and what he sees takes his breath away. There, tied to a rusty pole with rope, so tight it's cut off circulation, is a cat. An orange cat, just like the little one. And she has a black plastic bag covering her entire head. It's tied around her neck with cruel precision. She can't get it off, can't breathe properly. She's tried with all her strength to break free, but every movement tightens the rope. Every attempt suffocates her more. Her body is trembling. Her sides heave with the effort drawing in air through the plastic. Time stops. The brain processes. Someone did this. Someone tied this cat here. Someone put that bag on her. Someone wrapped that rope around her neck and pulled it tight. Someone decided her life was worth nothing and walked away, leaving her to die slowly under the merciless sun while her own baby tried to save her. While cars passed by just yards away, while the world kept turning like her suffering didn't matter, the kitten runs to his mom, rubs against her, meows louder, as if saying, "I brought him, Mama. I brought help. You'll be okay. I promised I'd find someone. I promised." But the cat barely moves. She's weak. She's been like this too long. The heat, dehydration, panic, exhaustion, everything is taking its toll. Her tongue hangs slightly from her mouth. Her breathing is shallow. Her eyes, when they flicker open, are unfocused. The firefighter reacts, pulls out his knife, approaches carefully. The cat tries to pull away, terrified. She doesn't understand he's here to help. She only knows humans did this to her, that humans mean danger, that the last human she trusted ended up doing this. The kitten positions himself between his mom and the firefighter, protective, brave, tiny but fierce. His little body puffed up to look bigger, his ears back, his tail bottle brushed. And there's so much love in that gesture it hurts to watch. "Listen to me," the firefighter says softly. His voice cracks slightly. "I'm here to help. Your baby brought me to you. He trusts me. You can too. Just give me a second. Just let me reach you. I promise I won't hurt you. I promise." But the cat is too scared, too hurt, too traumatized to trust. The firefighter can't get close without risking her injuring herself more trying to escape. The rope is already cutting into her skin. One wrong move, and it could go worse. So he does something simple but brilliant. Takes off his helmet, shows it to her, sets it on the ground. Then he removes his heavy jacket, moving slowly, deliberately, showing he's making himself vulnerable too. Lets the kitten smell everything. The little one sniffs it all carefully, and then goes to his mom, touches her nose with his, rubs against her face, purrs, as if saying, "It's okay, Mama. He's good. He's not like the other one. Trust him. Please trust him." And slowly, very slowly, the cat calms down. Just a little. Just enough. Her breathing steadies slightly. The firefighter moves. Fast but steady. Cuts the rope holding the bag. His hands are shaking. He's done rescues and burning buildings without shaking, but this has gotten to him. He carefully removes the bag. And what's underneath destroys your heart. The cat has been clawing at the bag from inside. Her front paws are raw, bleeding, worn down to the quick in some places. Her nose is bleeding from the effort of trying to breathe, from pushing against the plastic again and again. Her whiskers are bent and broken. Her eyes are glassy, bloodshot, barely able to focus. She's on the verge of collapse. But when the bag comes off and fresh air hits her lungs, something incredible happens. She gasps, takes a deep, shuddering breath, and then another, and another. She looks at the firefighter, and instead of hatred, instead of fear, there's something like understanding. Something that says, "Thank you." Something that says, "You came." Someone finally came. The firefighter cuts the rope from the pole. His jaw is clenched. Whoever did this, he thinks, whoever did this deserves to feel what this poor creature felt. The cat's legs are purple from lack of circulation, dark, swollen. She can't walk, can't even stand. He lifts her carefully, wrapped in his own jacket. She doesn't fight, too weak. Or maybe, just maybe, she knows she's finally safe. That this human's hands are different from the ones that hurt her. The kitten jumps onto her chest, pressing against his mom, kneading with his tiny paws, purring so loud it's almost a rattle. He's not separating from her ever again, ever. As he walks back to the truck, the firefighter calls a vet. His voice is tight. Emergency. Cat in critical condition. Severe dehydration. Possible neurological damage from oxygen deprivation. Multiple traumas. Rope burns. The vet, hearing the tone in his voice, doesn't ask questions. Just says, "Bring her now. Every minute counts." I'll have everything ready. The firefighter's partner sees him coming, sees the cat, sees the kitten, sees the expression on his colleague's face, and immediately opens the back door, grabs a blanket, prepares a space. They've worked together for years. They don't need words. But then something happens, something nobody expects. As the firefighter settles the cat in the truck, she starts meowing. It's not a meow of pain. It's different. It's urgent, insistent. She's looking toward the empty lot. And the kitten, too. He's restless, keeps looking at his mom, then at the firefighter, then back toward the lot. His little body is tense, and the firefighter understands. There's something else. Something they haven't discovered yet. Something that's making this mother cat, who can barely breathe, who can barely move, try to communicate. Wait here, he tells his partner. Keep her stable. Give me 2 minutes. He runs back. The kitten follows him, suddenly energized again, guides him again, but this time to a different spot, behind some soaked cardboard boxes that stink of rot and rain. And there, hidden in a makeshift hole lined with torn fabric and bits of newspaper, are 3 more kittens, smaller than the orange one, eyes barely open. Weak, mewling sounds coming from them. They're hungry. They're scared. They're cold despite the heat. They're waiting for their mother to come back, waiting for food, for warmth, for safety that hasn't come. And there's the whole truth, the complete, heartbreaking truth. The cat wasn't alone. She had babies, a whole litter. And the orange kitten, the biggest, the bravest, the one who opened his eyes first, went out to find help when he realized his mom wasn't coming back, when he watched her get dragged away and tied up, when he heard her cries. He waited as long as he could, probably licking his siblings, trying to keep them warm, trying to be brave. But eventually, hunger and fear drove him out. He walked to the highway, risked his life among the cars, the noise, the danger, found the firefighter, and brought him here, all to save his family. All because a creature that small and young somehow understood that humans, despite what happened to his mother, might be the only chance. The firefighter carefully takes the 3 little ones. They're so light, almost weightless, wraps them in a thermal blanket from his emergency kit. They're cold, too cold for such a hot day. That means they haven't eaten in hours, maybe a whole day, possibly more. The mother cat tried to nurse them while tied to that pole, while suffocating, while dying. She gave everything she had, every ounce of milk her dehydrated body could produce, to keep them alive. That's why she was so weak. That's why she was so close to the edge. She was literally giving her life for theirs. At the vet clinic, controlled chaos erupts. The cat receives 4 fluids immediately. 2 lines because 1 isn't enough. Antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, pain medication. A vet examines her paws with a serious expression. There's damage, infection starting. The pads are shredded. But nothing permanent, nothing that won't heal with time and intensive care. The cat is lightly sedated, just enough so she can rest, so her body can stop being in survival mode, stop flooding with adrenaline and cortisol, and start healing. Her heart rate slowly comes down from the panicked racing it's been at for who knows how long. The kittens are fed with special formula, one by one, with patience, gentle hands, warm bottles. They latch on desperately, their little paws kneading the air. But the orange one, Hero as the techs are already calling him, won't eat until his siblings eat first. He sits next to them, watches, licks each one when they finish, comforts them with soft chirps. He's gone from being a baby to being a protective brother in just a few hours. And something about that transformation is both beautiful and heartbreaking. He had to grow up too fast. Had to become brave before he was ready. The firefighter stays. He doesn't have to. His shift ended an hour ago. He could go home, take a shower, try to forget, but he can't leave. Can't abandon this family now. Not after everything. He sits on the clinic floor with Hero in his lap. The little one finally relaxes, finally closes his eyes, finally lets someone else take care of everything for a while. His tiny body goes limp with exhaustion, with relief, because he's exhausted. Because he did more than any creature so small should ever have to do. Because he carried the weight of his entire family's survival on shoulders barely big enough to hold his own head up. Who could do something like this? The vet asks quietly. She's seen abuse before, seen neglect, but this level of cruelty, this deliberate torture, still shakes her. Who ties up a nursing mother and leaves her to suffocate? What kind of person does that? There's no answer. Because there's no answer that makes sense. There are people in this world capable of unimaginable cruelty. People who look at an animal and don't see life, don't see pain, don't see love, don't see a mother fighting for her babies. Just see something disposable, something they can use and throw away, an inconvenience, a problem to be eliminated. And that's something hard to live with, hard to understand, impossible to accept. But there's another truth too. There are also people like this firefighter. People who listen when a kitten asks for help. People who follow when logic says to walk away. People who drop everything and run. People who stay even when they no longer have to. People who care about creatures they don't know, will never see again, who can't thank them or repay them. And that truth is what keeps hope alive. That's what makes the world bearable despite the darkness. Days pass. The cat improves. Slowly. There are difficult moments. Moments where her breathing becomes labored and monitors sound alarms and everyone rushes in. Moments where her temperature spikes and infections fight against antibiotics and they adjust medications and hold their breath. Moments where she seems to slip backward and the vet makes notes about worst-case scenarios in hushed tones. But she fights. Oh, she fights. Because her babies are near. Because she can smell them through the glass of the incubator. Because she can hear their mews. And that's reason enough to keep going. That's reason enough to take another breath. And another. The orange kitten, Hero, won't leave the incubator where his siblings are. Sleeps pressed against the glass. His nose touching theirs through the barrier. As if his presence could keep them warm. Safe. Protected. As if he's still on duty. Still responsible. Still the one holding everything together. The clinic staff tries to move him to a more comfortable spot. A soft bed. A heating pad. But he comes back. Always comes back. His place is next to his family. And nothing will change that. One tech tries 3 times before giving up and just putting a cushion by the incubator. So at least he's not on the hard floor. The firefighter visits every day. Sometimes twice. Brings treats that Hero still shares with his siblings first. Brings toys that he inspects carefully before deciding if they're safe. Brings updates for social media where the story has gone viral. Millions of views. Thousands of shares. Hundreds of thousands of comments. People from different countries, different languages, all united in caring about this family, all wanting updates, all invested in whether this mama cat makes it, whether these babies survive. It's gone beyond just a rescue story. It's become something people need to believe in, a reminder that goodness exists, that love wins sometimes, that small acts of courage matter, donations pour in, more than enough to cover the medical bills. The vet clinic sets up a fund for other animals in crisis. Local news picks up the story. Then national. The firefighter does an interview uncomfortable in the spotlight, but he does it because it raises awareness. Because maybe someone watching will remember to check that empty lot, to investigate that crying sound, to follow that desperate animal. And maybe one more life will be saved because of it. And then the day comes. The day everyone was waiting for. The day that felt impossible at first. The cat can stand. Her paws are still bandaged, but she walks. Slowly, unsteady, like she's learning how all over again. But she walks. And the first thing she does is go straight to her babies. They open the incubator, and she crawls inside. Smells each one. Licks each one. Counts them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all here. They're all alive. All moving, all warm, all safe, and the sound coming from her throat is pure relief, pure joy. It's a purr mixed with a sob, if cats could sob. It's the sound of a mother who thought she'd lost everything getting it all back. The kittens cling to her, nursed desperately, frantically, like they're trying to make up for lost time. They've been fed formula, but it's not the same. It's not Mom. They needed this. Needed her warmth, her smell, her heartbeat. And she holds them with infinite patience. Arranges them. Makes sure each one has their space. Licks them between nursing sessions. Purrs so loud it fills the room. And Hero, brave, exhausted, traumatized Hero, is right in the center, pressed against his mother's heart, where he always should have been, where he fought so hard to return to. The vet smiles. It's the first time she smiled properly in days. This is it, she says. This is what we were hoping for. This is a turning point. Now they just need time. They need continued care. They need love. They need a home, a safe home, a forever home where nobody will ever hurt them again. And here comes the part nobody saw coming. The firefighter kneels in front of the cage, watches his family that shouldn't exist anymore, watches them together, alive, healing, and something inside him breaks open. Or maybe it was already broken, and this is what fixes it. He looks at the vet, looks at Hero, looks at the mama cat who's watching him with those intelligent eyes, and says something that makes the entire clinic stop, makes people pause mid-task, makes the tech with the medication tray freeze. I want them, all 5. I want to be their home. I want to be there forever. There's silence, because adopting 5 cats is a lot. It's responsibility. It's expense. Vet bills, food, litter, space, time. It's a lifestyle change. It's a lifetime commitment. 20 years potentially. Through moves, relationships, job changes. Through everything. But he says it with such certainty that nobody doubts. It's not an impulsive decision. It's not hero complex. It's not guilt. It's something else. It's something that's been building since that moment on the highway. Since those tiny paws grabbed his finger. Since those golden eyes looked into his and said, please. Since he realized that some connections transcend species. That some families are chosen. That some loves are instant and forever. The vet studies him. She's careful about adoptions, especially for trauma survivors. But she sees something in his face. Sees the way Hero is already asleep in his lap. Sees the way the mama cat relaxes when he talks. Sees the commitment, the love, the genuine, deep care. And she nods. They're yours. Take care of them. The weeks that follow are preparation. The firefighter gets his house ready. Puts screens on windows because he lives on the 3rd floor. Buys cat trees, plural, because 5 cats need space. Multiple litter boxes. Scratching posts. Beds in every room. Toys. So many toys. The best quality food he can afford. He reads books about feline behavior. Trauma recovery in cats. How to help animals feel safe. He talks to vets. To animal behaviorists. To other people who've adopted rescue cats. He watches videos. Takes notes. Prepares himself. Because his family deserves the best. Deserves everything they didn't have. Everything someone cruel denied them. Everything they should have had from the beginning. He sets up a room just for them at first. A safe space. Neutral territory. With hiding spots and high perches and soft music playing. Because they'll be scared. Because transitions are hard. Because he wants them to adjust at their own pace. And finally moving day arrives. The cat is completely healed. Her paws no longer have bandages. Just small scars that show what she survived. Her coat has regained its shine. Soft. Healthy. Her eyes are alert and full of life. There's no fear in them anymore. No pain. No trauma responses. Just curiosity. Just anticipation. Just the calm confidence of a mother who knows her babies are safe. The kittens are fat and playful. Run everywhere. Jump. Fall. Get up laughing if kittens could laugh. Explore every corner of their carrier like it's the most exciting place in the world. Attack each other. Pounce on imaginary prey. Live the life they should have been living all along. And Hero leads the expedition. As always, the brave one. The curious one. The protector. But now he plays too. Now he's allowed to just be a kitten sometimes. The ride home is quiet. Peaceful. The cat looks out the window. Watches the world pass by. Trees. Buildings. People. Cars. the highway where her baby found help. And maybe, just maybe, she understands that this human is different, that this human is safe, that this human chose to love them when nobody else did. When the world said they were disposable, he said they were priceless. When the house doors open, there's a moment of hesitation. The cat smells the air, analyzes every scent, looks for danger out of instinct. The kittens wait for her signal, pressed against her sides. And then she takes the first step, enters cautiously, sniffs the floor, the walls, and then she looks back at the firefighter. And something passes between them, an understanding, a trust, and she walks further in, leads her babies into their new life, the life they always deserved. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and this family flourishes. The cat, now named Luna for a coat that shines like moonlight, becomes queen of the house, sleeps in the highest places where she can see everything, supervises everything with those watchful eyes. But always, always, she's near her babies. Even when they're not so baby anymore, even when they're full grown, she checks on them, grooms them, disciplines them when needed, loves them fiercely. Hero grows strong and curious and confident, remains a protector, the one who investigates every strange noise first, the one who positions himself between his siblings and anything unknown, the one who makes sure everyone eats before he does. But he plays now too, chases toy mice, climbs cat trees, knocks things off counters just to watch them fall, lives a life he earned. And he has a special connection with the firefighter, sits in his lap every evening, purrs so loud he vibrates, needs those once tiny paws against his chest. And sometimes the firefighter looks at him, at this cat who's no longer a desperate kitten, but still has those same golden eyes, and thinks, "You saved me as much as I saved you, maybe more," because that's the truth about rescues. It's not one way. It's not just the human saving the animal. It's mutual. It's reciprocal. It's an exchange of love, of purpose, of meaning, of healing. This firefighter saved 5 lives that day. But those 5 lives gave him something he didn't know he needed. They gave him family. They gave him a reason to come home after hard shifts. They gave him moments of pure joy in the middle of a job that's sometimes too hard, too heavy, too dark. They gave him softness in a world of sirens, calm in a world of emergencies, love in a world that sometimes seems to have forgotten what that word means. And every time he looks at Hero, he remembers that day on the highway, remembers those trembling paws scratching at his boots, remembers that desperate meow that wouldn't stop, remembers making the choice to follow. And he wonders what would have happened if he hadn't stopped, if he hadn't listened, if he just continued with his day like nothing happened, if he dismissed it as just a stray, just a nuisance, just not his problem. But he did stop, he did listen, he did follow, and that changed everything. For Luna, for the kittens, for himself. Because sometimes the difference between tragedy and miracle is a single decision, a single person willing to act, a single hand extended at the right moment, a single heart that says yes when everything else says no. And you don't need to be a hero to make a difference. You don't need special training. You don't need a cape or superpowers. You just need to care. You just need to listen. You just need to try. That's it. That's all it takes. This kitten didn't have superpowers. He just had love. Love. So big it overcame his fear. Love that made him walk toward danger instead of away from it. Love that turned him into the voice for someone who couldn't speak. Love that refused to give up even when it seemed hopeless. And that's what animals teach us every single day. They teach us about unconditional love, about loyalty that doesn't waver, about courage that doesn't need recognition, about fighting for those we love even when the odds are impossible. Today, Luna and her 4 babies are safe. They're loved. They're home. They have soft beds and full bowls and gentle hands. They have windows to watch birds and toys to chase and each other to cuddle with. They have everything that should be basic, normal, expected, but somehow isn't. They have what every living creature deserves, but not every living creature gets. And somewhere in the world, there's someone who thought they could destroy this family. someone who tied them up and abandoned them, someone who believed they were worth nothing, someone who walked away without looking back. But they were wrong, because this family was worth everything, worth the effort, worth the time, worth the money, worth the love, worth every single thing it took to save them. And now they have a life that person can never take away. A life full of sun puddles and gentle voices and second chances. They have a human who would give anything for them, who rearranges his schedule around feeding times, who rushes home after shifts, who talks to them like they understand every word, because maybe they do, and they have a story that went viral, a story that's been shared millions of times, a story that's inspired thousands of people to adopt, to foster, to donate, to volunteer, to look twice at that stray, to investigate that meow, to follow that animal that seems to be asking for something, to be the person who stops, who listens, who helps. And with every share, every comment, every person who changes their behavior because of what happened here, Luna's suffering and Hero's bravery mean more, impact more lives, save more animals. Because in the end, that's what it's all about. Seeing suffering and not looking away, not crossing the street, not turning up the volume to drown it out, hearing the call for help even when it comes in a language you don't speak, understanding that every life matters, that every sentient being deserves dignity, deserves compassion, deserves a chance, deserves to be seen, to be valued, to be saved. Hero had the courage to ask for help. The firefighter had the humanity to give it. And together they wrote a story that reminds us of something we sometimes forget in the noise and rush and hardness of modern life. Never underestimate the power of one small act of kindness, because that act can change the world. Maybe not the entire world, maybe not globally or historically or in ways that make headlines, but it can change the complete world of someone. And when you're that someone, when you're Luna gasping for air, when you're a kitten watching your mother suffer, that one small act is everything. It's the difference between life and death, between hope and despair, between a cruel ending and a happy beginning. And sometimes that's more than enough. Sometimes that's everything. Sometimes saving one family is how you save yourself. Sometimes being someone's hero is how you learn you needed saving too.